That's the Labour Party candidate, Peter Obi, casting his ballot. And I think that after seeing Asiwaju and Atiku Abubakar, now we have the Labour Party candidate almost getting close to casting his ballot. But by the way, those who are very strong, clear, statesmanly delivery by the former president of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan. Very.
I was hoping, because there are some things he said that there are words on marble, and I wish after this you cut out those words and put them somewhere. There are words for the ages.
Absolutely.
He said no contestation, should decrease us. Any contestation for position should not diminish us, but should increase us. And then he now says that the politician who behaves in an unorthodox manner and thinks that the only way to get to power is through violence, and through the rigging of election is like an armed robber.
He likened them to armed robbers.
These are strong words.
Very.
And he now says that look, that it's about the dignity of who we are.
Absolutely.
And then when we indulge in all of those things, we are diminished as people.
Yes.
And this is key. And if there's any politician in this country today that can make such statements and be allowed to get away with it, it is Jonathan, because he walked the talk.
Absolutely.
When he repeated what he said in 2015 before the election, that the blood of the blood of any single
the election is not worth the blood of any.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's not worth the blood of any Nigerian.
Absolutely.
He showed it by the action that he took.
Absolutely.
And that was what brought us away from the brink. Because people were scared as at that point. Even when, just like my colleague here said, when people were pushing him, okay, we can do this. Perhaps with the army behind him, we will crush any opposition. He said no, he still remembered what he said. Even if it is the blood of one Nigerian, it is not worth my ambition.
Absolutely.
So I think he's in a position to make that statement.
Words on marble.
Exactly, words on marble.
Why that even makes more sense now is that if you think about the way some of this campaign, the trail that they have taken, the length that they have gone to, the mockery, the abuse, the degradation of human beings, even making fun of somebody's ailment, if there's an ailment in itself, is a taboo. Do you understand? I mean, Donald Trump tried this in America and it backfired. So I like the fact that you just said, Chike, that Jonathan has taken the high road and has left a legacy behind that others should follow. And then what is more important is that these candidates that we have, we should begin to look at the character, not just the party that you belong to.
Absolutely.
The character of the man. Do you understand?
Not
what
a con man, not an armed robber.
Yes.
Those are very powerful statements.
Powerful.
Like this idea.
Absolutely.
It's not about what party you belong to. It's not about what. Yes. It's not even about your political structure. That really shouldn't be why you will win an election. It helps, yes, if you have a good political structure.
Yes.
But it is not enough to make you win an election.
I think those words should hit at the very heart of every Nigerian. That you don't want a con man, you don't want an armed robber, and that is not worth it, because you will leave the position anyway.
He said it's an ordinary person.
And return to become an ordinary Nigerian. Why do you want to die? Absolutely.
You are voting for somebody's credibility.
Very powerful words.
Very powerful.
Do you understand?
The statement, I think, has shown that the former president is a leader, not because he has occupied leadership position, but he has that natural leadership quality.
Yes.
Some of his actions in the past, for example, it's not easy to give up in an election and concede defeat,
especially as an incumbent
in a continent whereby resigning is seen as weak.
8 years after. 8 years after.
In Africa, we have presidents that are sick and are ready to die on that seat.
Telling you
for him to have
the power is transient and it's ephemeral. Contribute your quota and move on.
Can we use Buhari to judge that? Because in Buhari's case, he had.
All right, Idayat, we also have to bring you in based on what we are discussing here and what we are saying, on camera. The strong words by the former president of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, basically saying, be wary of con men, be wary of armed robbers. And then on our screen, we have Peter Obi voting, and Kwankwaso in Kano, is also out to exercise his franchise. Idayat, what are your thoughts?
I think former President Goodluck Jonathan is indeed a elder statesman, and he has redefined politics. He has the words, and he's been so fantastic. In fact, that should be word on marble, like the last speaker said, and should actually strike deep into the minds of these politicians, really. This is another, the life of, the politics is not worth the blood of anybody that he has again said today.
No, absolutely. Very strong words there.
Even means that even though, yes, Buhari has also done his own bit by maybe ensuring that everything that we used to have a corrupt election has been subsided. In other words, changing of the naira. But we cannot appraise him as much as we are doing a Jonathan, because Jonathan had the power at the time to remain, whereas with Buhari it is his exit.
Yes,
he's not coming back.
We will
so
wait
he can afford to be magnanimous.
We will wait and see how this election pans out. But on social media, things are already flying that the president, sadly, unfortunately, is a repeated offender. That this is not the first time that he will show. He did it in 2015, and the pictures are out.
Well, when he raised
in 2019, when he voted and he raised it to show, and interestingly, voting for himself was at that time. I think it has to do with his persona, his style.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's so much that he did it because he was trying to send a message across. Because his body language wasn't supporting his party, and then he was trying to send a message across. I just think he just got overly excited.
But a repeated offender he will be, because again, it's against the rules.
It is against the rules.
The handlers of the president, having seen that he made that mistake in 2019, should have spoken to him before he goes to the poll that, okay, boss, this is how you should do this, just to refresh his brain.
No, it's just a question of telling him that the president, the law does not allow what you are doing. Please don't do it this time around.
I just think it's about excitement. I don't think it was trying to send the message across.
On the words of the former president, I think it should not just be a word on marble. It should be part of the Nigerian policy. How do laws emerge? Laws emerge from judgment of the court, laws emerge from the needs of the society, and laws can also emerge from the statement, the philosophy of people that have occupied such positions before. So I think that our electoral process should be looked into in such a way that we will have laws and we will have institutions whereby it will make it difficult for a common man, for somebody to emerge through electoral fraud and all that. So I think
deceit.
Deceit. So I think we should move beyond placing it as a word of marble, and we try to look at it as words of wisdom that should be part of our policy, because if we can remove those two problems that we highlighted,
policies from what he's saying,
I think it will go a long way to increase performance in government, because when you know that it is the vote of the people, that is the only means whereby you can get power.
Does it look like we can see on the screen? Can we see how Kwankwaso is voting?
Yeah, but he's not lifting his.
And there are cameras.
Oh.
Is that similar to what the president did?
No, the president was more obvious.
There's no cubicle. There's no cubicle.
That's
but
Kano.
Why don't they have the white cubicle?
That's what we're saying, that there's no cubicle. And then there are cameras.
And the place seems to be an enclosed.
If you are considering the electoral guidelines, this is also wrong.
This is also
That's
wrong.
what I'm saying, that there should be a cubicle.
The secrecy of the vote
is
critical.
Absolutely.
But the cameras seem to be snapping the pictures.
No, that's what we're saying.
Because it should have been the only one within the
Why is it
curriculum.
so disorganized? Why is it?
Another thing is, when a presidential candidate is voting, crowd might be expected in terms of the media and maybe some of his.
No, but they created no.
So I don't think
but they created a cubicle.
There should be a distance, and they ought to have been the only one.
No, I'm saying they created a cubicle for Tinubu, even as rowdy as it was. They built a cubicle there and then.
The standard practice is that there will be a cubicle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Where,
in this case,
where
like
the voter,
and I think it should be an open space.
Imagine too crowded.
Voting like this during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes.
It should be an open space.
An open space. That's the law.
Yeah.
No, but why is there no cubicle? Why are they so close to him?
This is
And now
this
everywhere is
They are
is
very
this is a
crowded.
question for INEC to answer, because this does not
It's
look
not
good.
good enough.
It does not look good.
It is so
and
wrong.
security-wise, it's not even
And those
okay
around him would
for
have
the
known
candidate.
who he voted for.
It's not
Those
even
around
okay
him.
for the candidate, because what it looks like is that Kwankwaso is under siege.
He is on
You
the
know,
siege.
the way he is there, and this is
This
not
is
just tidy.
This,
This is not tidy.
It's not tidy at all.
This is not tidy.
And they took
And
pictures.
ideally, he ought to leave the cubicle
He couldn't even give
before
his
you
speech.
can grant an interview
yes,
to the
so
media.
that other voters can vote, because
Can-
there's
can
no
move
time.
there.
You can't stay
Exactly.
No, I think this has been the most disorganized one so
and
far.
now other voters can't cast their vote just because he is still standing
so you
there.
see that
So
we
this
are
is
back.
absolutely wrong.
What it shows is the INEC officials, because look, the officials are the ones that
Now they're
Where are the
exactly
security personnel? Where
now
are the
they're trying to
security
chaperone him out of. But again, the media is still standing
what
in the
you
way.
said, Chide, you
So
said-
what it means is that nobody can vote while Kwankwaso is still
Apart
in
from that,
there.
it's not even safe. You remember you were talking about
Yeah.
proximity. Anybody can be there to try to harm him.
That's
Somebody
what I
can be
said.
there with a
earlier.
knife.
So
Somebody can be
we
there
have
to
now
stab him or
seen
something.
the difference. We have seen Ashiwaju. We have
So it's
seen
not
we have
safe.
seen
the process is being disrupted.
we have seen Atiku. We have seen Peter Obi, and now
Well, the
Kwankwaso.
safest so far are Peter Obi and
Atiku.
Atiku. As for Ashiwaju and Kwankwaso, it's been mayhem.
Anybody-
But more so here because it's very dangerous. Anybody could be holding a tool or a
Yes,
weapon
you
beside
don't
him
assume
now.
everybody
It's not.
there
It's
is
not.
his friend
It's not. It's
or
not
his
tidy.
supporters.
It's not tidy.
And you can tell he's
Even-
rattled.
Even his security details obviously will be overwhelmed.
They have to be overwhelmed.
The way
So
things
what
are.
happens to the
Look at where they are voting.
Look at that.
It should be an open
Look at that.
space.
That's the law. That's the
So what
Health
happens?
and safety
What
in
has happened to
tatters.
the investment that has been put on security?
Health and safety
personnel?
in tatters,
Exactly.
obviously. Let's see whether
It's certainly not seamless. You can't say.
if he will be satisfied.
It looks like he has been ambushed.
absolutely, But again, they seem to enjoy the crowd thing. You heard what
But
Ashwaju
he's not
said.
enjoying the crowd thing. He's rattled.
I hope that we will hear him speak clearly and
He's rattled.
give his verdict on,
Did you see the sticks
on
from the roof,
process.
from the ceiling? Any of them could have fallen over.
Okay, so let's hear him now.
is not written on the ballot paper. And not only that, it is not very clear. So these are one of the challenges that maybe it has to be addressed maybe in the near future.
All right, Your Excellency. This is the first time beavers will be used in representing voters for the election. What is your impression and from the situation report you have gathered from all your polling agents across the country? How has been the performance of the beavers so far?
Now you see, what the election was started late, after 11. The system is a bit cumbersome. I went to that classroom where I'm supposed to vote, but my name was not there. We had to come to this box, and I think it's applicable to many people here and elsewhere. I want to appeal to INEC to be more careful. To be a little bit more patient, so that everybody, look at the number of people around, can be able to vote before they close. I think that is very important, and I'm sure it is not only here, but across the country. Some of the places may witness such an issue, which should be addressed by INEC. Well, I'm yet to receive many reports, but I believe very soon we'll get reports across.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much.
But what are your expectations? What are your expectations on the conduct of today's exercise?
Sorry?
This election, what are your expectations?
What
In terms of the conduct, what are your expectations?
Well, we are expecting free, fair, and credible election. Here, they started voting. INEC was only ready for voting by after 11. And if you look at the number, the thousands of people that are around, and the time it takes for one person, I believe they need to be a bit patient and make sure that everybody is given the opportunity to vote.
Okay, we told you earlier that when it comes to Kano, especially here, the seats
the stronghold, the hometown of Kwankwaso, you can only expect a fanatical devotion and a cult followership because of the personality in question, in context here, talking about the NMP presidential candidate, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso. You can see the love, you can see the passionate followership that Kwankwaso has demonstrated here in terms of the crowd followership. You can see the crowd, it has defied the control, it has defied even the temperature in Kano, and everyone, most people have come out here to celebrate and show solidarity for their own beloved leader, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso. It's indeed a very intriguing one. The political pageantry here is quite impressive, and we asked the question if that could be taken beyond the spheres of Kano, and he kept quiet. He withdrew. He kept his sealed lips when that question was thrown at him. But for now, from what we can see, we have seen a fanatical devotion, a crowd followership, because of their belief in the Kwankwaso philosophy that he has been able to introduce to the lives and people of Kano State. From the Kwankwaso town in Kano State, we say back to you, Steve and Ruth.
Thank you, Benga Shiru. Good job there from Kano. But again, like we were discussing, it's quite concerning that's the situation in Kano. Not surprising, but quite concerning Ruth, we discussed this earlier.
I know, but what I think is more worrisome is that, did he just say that they didn't start voting until 11 o'clock?
That's what he said. That's what he said. And that will not come as a surprise, because Benga did report, at the beginning. That,
but I wonder, why didn't they have the booths there like they did for the rest? Why didn't they have the polling booths there? I wonder why.
Well, I mean, that's
the thing. I think that's part of the
confusion.
Yeah,
well, these are questions that have to be asked, and they are being asked, obviously, because the guideline is very, very specific about such things. We are supposed to have that booth, and you're supposed to have it located in an open space that is accessible to everybody, including people with, disabilities.
One cannot wonder if there's a political twist to it.
Well, we'll find out. Hopefully, things,
political underplay.
We can't speculate.
Can be
we can't speculate.
I'm just speculating. Because it was very strange.
Yeah, but what is obvious is that we are not seeing the ideal, and that is what is concerning.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us.
All right.
It's been the most exciting morning, I must say.
Absolutely. So we want to thank everyone. Ruth, go on.
Oh, Steve, thank you. Okay, you are giving me the honors.
Please do go on.
Thank you for all our guests that have been here today. Thank you for the opinions that have been shared. Thank you for a most riveting morning. And we do hope that everyone will go out to vote to make a difference. So by this time in the next 4 years, we are discussing more positive things about Nigeria.